Welcome to our, well, I say top five, but I have some bonuses for you. Our top five ukulele songs workshop. It's great to see you here. We have all our VIPs and platinum members here on the Zoom, and then everybody else that signed up is over on the YouTube channel. So thank you all for being here. But thank you all to the platinum members and all the VIPs for this event. Now we had a pretty good deal on the VIPs, where when you signed up, not only do you get access to this Zoom call and all the handouts, but you actually we were throwing in 5 of our courses. So all those courses range, they usually sell for about $67, $97. So we threw in 5 courses with that VIP. So if you took advantage of it, thank you. You have lifetime access to that. If you still want to take advantage, we'll put the link in the YouTube stream. If you guys want to take advantage of that. All right, so when we think of ukulele, we think of a lot of things. Everyone's probably a little different. Some of you are in Hawaii now enjoying jazz, but we think Hawaii, we think strumming, we think songs, we think the islands, beaches, fun, community. And that's exactly what we're going to go over today, which is these songs that we need to know. But it's more than songs. It's actually learning and understanding the rhythms. And the way these songs, I've built them up today, is each one's going to progress and get a little bit more difficult with the strumming. Because once you understand strumming, once you understand rhythm, then you're really ahead of the game as far as being a ukulele player and as far as being a musician, because so much of our instrument is based off strumming and rhythms. I mean, that is music, right? Music is rhythms. So anyway, we're checking in from San Diego. Where are you guys located at? Go ahead and throw that in the chat. Keep us posted here. I got a bunch of different things I'll be drinking here, from tea to water to stuff to keep me hydrated today. Now, this is a great day to be doing this. And later on, we'll be talking a little bit about the Platinum membership. But we have the Platinum membership has a busy next few days, because you have a Hawaiian Q&A today, a little bit later today. And then that's kind of a special one, because when we had the New Year and stuff, but we have the Hawaiian Q&A later today. So all the Platinum members have access to that later, even if you join today. We have a beginning Q&A tomorrow, and then we have our Friday Q&A that's been going on for about 8 years now on Friday. So yeah, besides this workshop, you got a lot of stuff coming on. All right, so Northern California, Hawaii, Canada, Colorado, 16 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. Gardena, Massachusetts, the UK. All right, it's great to see you all over. Let me make sure this is okay. This says something went wrong, but I think it is live. It is live here. Let me just refresh this page here. All right, Maryland. Good. New York, Serbia, there you go, all over the world. Massachusetts, New Orleans. All right, good. So all over the place. So great job. Today you can use whatever uke you have. It doesn't matter today. If you have a tenor, a concert, a soprano, low G, high G, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm using our Uke Like The Pros Kala uke. I do have a low G on here. So when we're playing some of these songs, I might sound a little bassier than you, but it doesn't matter. High G is totally fine. Yeah, well, it seems really cold. 3 degrees this morning. Okay, that's cold. I feel like it's cold here, and you guys would laugh. It's sunny outside and beautiful here in San Diego. All right, now before we get to the first song, and it's only supposed to be 5, but we're actually going to do 7, if that's okay with you. Let me know, is that all right? And the reason is well, these songs are must know, these progressions that you do, and then also, like I said, the rhythms. We're going to step it up each time to get a little bit more challenging. Okay, we're going to start off fairly simple, and then we're going to ease into it. So really, this could also be a workshop masterclass on rhythms, strumming rhythms. Okay, because you're going to basically learn that, but we're going to learn it through these songs. And once you hear these songs, once you hear these progressions, you'll already know. You'll know them. Now, let me tell you about my journey here. Some of you have heard the story. It's actually related to not only music reading, but really rhythms. And even though this is not a music reading workshop, I think we should have one though. I want to tell you about my journey and kind of getting my butt kicked a little bit with this stuff, and how it made me really decide to focus on being not only good with rhythms, seeing them, playing with the metronome. It was kind of the first time I got a eye-opening experience with that. And it was back when I was in school, undergraduate, and I was over at San Diego State, not too far from here. And we had juries. So at the end of the year, we have juries. So we go into the room with all the professors, and they make us do something. Of course, it was the first time I ever did it, so I had no idea what were going to make me do. But what they're trying to do is you take private lessons all semester. You're in different ensembles, like the jazz ensemble or different things, and then you put it all together for the jury. So I go in, thinking I'm prepared, thinking I'm confident. Of course, I'm in my 20s, so, and I'm sitting there with the head of the jazz department. Never forget this guy, Bill Yeager, great trombone player, studio musician, great big band player, and then the co-chair, of the department as well. So we're just that. I think it was just the two of them. Might have been one third person, but just two of them. And I go in there thinking I'm going to play something that I practice. Like, here you go, I'm going to show you something that I practice. And they sit me down and they put a piece of music in front of me, a piece of music that I've never seen before in my entire life. And they didn't even give me a second. They just put it in front of me, and then they counted in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I had to read what was on the page. Well, needless to say, I failed that bad, real bad. They were not happy at all. They expected me to know how to read that. Now, sight reading music notes is one thing, okay, and that's not why we're here today. But that is one thing. But in order to be able to read notes on a staff, you have to understand the rhythms. You can't play the notes until you play the rhythm. I mean, you can play the notes, but they're going to sound like notes until you play the rhythm right. And that's what makes it an actual song. That's what makes it recognizable. I don't care if you're playing, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or, whatever song you're playing. If you're not playing the rhythm right, it's not going to sound like the song. So I felt pretty embarrassed after that episode, walking out of there with my tail between my legs, and obviously seeing the frustration on them because, well, at the time this was a guitar player, and I think ukulele players are the same boat. But every other instrument, saxophone and even piano players, trombone players, trumpet players, they all can read music absolutely incredibly, right? Put anything in front of them, they can knock it out. Guitar players, and I think ukulele players, we struggle with that. Right? We struggle with our music reading. I mean, if you've taken the music reading course that we've had, even though it's a few years old, you guys are well ahead of the game. Because there's not a lot of material out there for us to read music on. So, anyway, At that point, I dedicated myself. I said, all right, that's not going to happen again. I will not let that happen again. So I had probably 4 or 5 months before the next jury. And I took it upon myself to study rhythms and be able to play any rhythm that I see. And there was a great book that I had out there. It was called the Louis Bellson, who is a great jazz drummer. He has some books out there on rhythms, and that's all they are. They're rhythm books. There's no notes on it at all, and every page is different rhythms that you're supposed to practice on. And even though it's for the drums, I decided to do it on my guitar at the time. And every day for minimum 1 hour, I would practice the rhythms through that book. And just practice. Anything, that book and anything I get my hands on that would force me to play different rhythms, play different notes, and really get good at this. Okay? Now, I don't know a lot of us, if we have an hour to dedicate to just playing rhythms. But if you did, you can imagine if you did that for a month or 2 months or 3 months, you'd get really good. You get really good at strumming, you get really good at chords, you get really good at the ukulele. So after practicing, I used to go down to the basement. And they're still there. I went to San Diego State to see my kid's vocal teacher perform in a play, Hansel and Gretel, a few months ago, and I went down to the dungeon. So it was literally underneath the main floor in the basement is where the practice rooms were, and they were cold, and they were badly fluorescent lit, and they were old, and they're all these little tiny rooms, probably 4 by 6 little rooms that had a piano in them and a music stand. That's it. And horrible fluorescent lights. And no one really used them. I mean, I was down there by myself a lot of times for hours practicing woodshedding. Mike says woodshedding. Yeah, woodshedding. Looking over the books, metronome, having the metronome up, boom, 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 click, 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 having that metronome up. So, needless to say, after months and months of doing this, we go back to the jury again. The same 2 guys. Of course, I'm going to show them, right? I'm going to show them how well I've done. Same thing happens. They put down a piece of music in front of me. They count it off. And this time, I was able to read it. Matter of fact, it was actually pretty easy. I didn't even realize how easy it was until I kind of understood rhythms and understood it. But the funny thing is to them, it didn't make that big of a deal because they expected me out of it. So they said, okay, good, and then moved on to the next thing. I thought this was a big momentous thing. Here I am, was able to conquer something. So anyway, I was able to conquer that fear of rhythms, and that's helped me tremendously, right? And I'm going to share that information with you guys today. They weren't impressed at all. I mean, they were happy that I took it seriously and decided to learn it. But yeah, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, Terry, you've done so great. It was just kind of like they expected it, I think. So, anyway, yeah. Elaine says you are describing our college practice room. Yeah, I'm sure all of them are the same. They probably don't put a lot of money into the music schools practice rooms. That's probably not a top priority unless you got a brand new music facility. All right, so let's get started with our first song here. So grab your ukes. And our first song here, is going to be the Let It Be. All right. Now, today we're not going to, some of these songs are pretty short, so some of them were. But the idea of today is not to learn every part of every song. And so we're not going to go through the entire part of Let It Be. We're not going to go over and sing all the whole song and stuff like that. The idea is that you take these songs you're familiar with, we play them, you get the rhythms down, and we build and we build and we build. I've kept the chords fairly easy for the most part on a lot of these songs, except for there's a couple that are going to challenge you at the end. All right, so the first one, I'm going to share my screen now. Everybody has, again, the VIPs and the Platinum members. You guys can have. There is a packet that should have been sent out if it's not emailed out already. And we have backing tracks as well. So if you're going to get the backing tracks to all this stuff as well. All right. So let's check this out. Now, most of these songs are we've either done them in a course, we've done them in the Q&As. I mean, we've done all of these songs before in some form. But I wanted to put them together into one sheet for us. All right, so now look at this. Now these sheets will provide you everything you need to know. We got the rhythm, we got the chords, we got the counting underneath. But I really want you to get this stuff down. And then after this workshop, you'll be able to know how to play these rhythms when you see it. All right, if you're on YouTube, you can take a screenshot of this. All right, so let's do this. Let's just play this. Matter of fact, let's just bring in the backing track. And let's just play this. And then we'll go backwards and we'll work on it. All right, so all right, let me make sure that that is muted. Let me make sure this is muted. Okay, good. All right, let me unmute this. All right, so check this out. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... How did we do on that? I know we haven't even talked about it yet. We'll talk about it right now. But I was just playing right through it with the rhythm, with the chords. Now, if you're totally a beginner, that's okay, actually. I think this workshop is fine for a total beginner. You do need to get some of these chords down and start getting them down where you can change them pretty fast. Now, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3. Now, I did this book a few years ago for Hal Leonard. And I'll put this up on the screen. Most of you should know this. You'll see where we are in the chart here. So, but I did this book for Hal Leonard and called the Do-It-Yourself Ukulele. Great book. Matter of fact, a lot of these songs were used in that book as well. But I came up with, this has been called, this sheet has been something that I've had in my repertoire for a long time. It's been called many names, from simple rhythms to this one's with the mighty 5 strum patterns, bunch of different things here. This is like step 101 for your strumming. Okay, we're not going to go through this Matter of fact, you can see we started right here at E. But if you don't know rhythm, if you don't know whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, that's step one of nailing this stuff. Okay? And then working through this sheet. It looks boring. It looks kind of like, oh, what is this? But there's actually a lot of, I mean, if you could play everything on this sheet, you could play tons of songs. I mean, tons and tons of songs. Okay, but we started right here with E. We're actually going to do E, F, and G today. And then we're going to take it beyond this sheet. All right? Okay, the mighty five strum patterns. So what we did first, though, was okay, yeah, we'll go through that too. That's a whole nother thing. Someone said they missed the repeat signs. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Step one: if you don't know these chords, get these chords memorized. These are chords. These are the 5 chords. There's 4 chords. I think these are the first 4 chords that you need to know. The only sometimes this G is substituted with a G7. Not in this song, but when you're learning stuff. But these would be the first 4 chords I would tell any beginner to learn and get memorized. All right. Now you notice this is actually a little different. This second measure here, A minor to F, is a little bit different than the second part of it, which is F to C. Now this right here, you're going to hear me in videos and various things talk about this. This is a really, really important progression right here. And you're actually going to see it even today when you take these top songs that you guys like. So this is really, really important. Okay? This is called your 1, 5, 6, and then 4 progression. Now that might not mean a lot to you, but these order of chords, doesn't matter what key you're in, these will show up not only today in a bunch of songs, but these will show up in a lot of songs. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're in the key of C or the key of G or whatever key you're in. Okay? So the 1 chord, the C, we're in the key of C, the 5 chord, the G, the 6 minor chord, the A minor, and then the F. Okay? Very, very important to get down in your ear. Okay? So if I play it in the key of C, all right, now if I play it in a different key, and you'll be hearing these today, it might sound like same chords, but in a different key, key of G. 1 chord to the 5 chord, to the minor 6, to the 4. All right. We don't have to do a lot of keys today, but you'll get the idea. All right. And then you'll notice the second part of this goes C, G, so 1, 5, but then it skips this minor chord and just goes 4 to 1. All right. Now let's talk about the rhythm. This is the most important thing right now. Down, down, up. Right? You got your downstroke here. I know this. Some of you know this, some of you don't. That's your downstroke. That's your upstroke. Down, down, up. So down, down, up. That's just on the C chord. And then to the G chord. Down, down, up. A minor, down, F. Next line, C again. To the G. F, and then to the C. Now we don't want to have that pause in between the chords. We want to go right into them. Let's talk about strumming just for a second here. Ukulele players, we either strum with our index finger. Some of us may put our thumb behind our index finger for a little support. I usually don't. going. It looks like I do, but I like to kind of keep it free. We like to strum with our thumb. Most of the time, if I'm strumming, I usually just use my index finger. The other thing you want to keep in mind is everything comes from the wrist. Okay, so you want to have a nice relaxed wrist here. Notice how my wrist is turning. My elbow's not moving, right? I'm not doing this. It's all coming here. Matter of fact, ukulele is nice because you can usually plant your arm right there. Doesn't matter how fast or slow. But keep this light, keep this loose. Okay, we don't want it stiff. We don't want the finger stiff. We don't want the wrist stiff. We don't want this. You see how stiff I am here? I also feel a lot of tension here in my forearm. So just really relax. All right. Now, typically with the ukulele too, we usually strum right about here where the body and the neck meet, because usually by the time because the instrument's so small, by the time we just naturally sit, it just fits right here. Okay? Doesn't mean you can't strum back here. Notice it sounds different too if you strum here, or here, or here. I noticed when I strum higher, you start getting a little bit more bass sound. And as I start moving back here, I get a lot more treble sound. And that's fine. Sometimes you want that sound, but just be aware of it, okay? Where you're strumming. If you want to use a pick, you can use a pick too, by the way, as well. Okay. Just looking at the notes here. All right, good. Now, go ahead and back here. Let's try to put this together nice and slow without the backing track. Notice it does say 4 times, and you do have a repeat right there and right there. Now, this repeat sign is not necessary. This one right here is actually not necessary. If it wasn't there and you saw this repeat sign, it would just mean go back to the beginning. So if that wasn't there, that's what that would mean. But it's there. So we're just going to repeat these 4 measures 4 times. If you missed that, you might have gotten lost as we did it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the G, A minor, to the G. One time. Now repeat, and C to the G. All right, we'll just do it 2 times there. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Now, what we'll do is before we get it, we'll give you one more chance with the backing track. I think on the backing track, it ends right here on the C chord right here the last time. As opposed to ending here, but that's fine. I actually don't think we need this measure for it. All right, so let's try it. This is about like 70, which is just a nice medium tempo. All right, get ready with the backing track. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Okay, that's it. Song number 1. Great job. Now, the backing tracks are so important for this. If you're not using backing tracks or using a metronome, you really need to start. It's good for our counting. It's good for playing in time. And then when we do stuff, like matter of fact, our platinum members, we're doing a challenge. With a song that we're all going to play together, and then we're going to put a compilation video together of all of us playing. Let me see if I can, if I got that for us. I want to share with you a couple of things here. Okay, good. Here's the presentation. All right. And for that challenge that we're doing, everyone's going to have to play with the backing tracks. So they got to get used to playing with the backing track. Okay, perfect. Here's what I need. I got some videos here I want to show you, but I'll download them here and then we'll do the next song. All right. Perfect. All right, now, what would be the next rhythm? Let me play it for you. What would be the next rhythm that we could play that's going to lead us from where we just were at? Remember, we're going to build each song. Now, the last few songs get pretty hard, pretty complex with the rhythms. And I want you guys to be able to understand them. So let me play you the next rhythm, and then you tell me what it is. All right. Let me play the next rhythm, and you tell me what it is. Let me see, where did these go? Okay, do the download. Check this out. All right, so do you know the song? What is a song? What is a strum pattern? There was only one note. It was actually, we only changed one note in that whole strum pattern. And then what song is number 2? What is our second song that we're doing? All right. All right, there's the messages. Good. Okay. Thanks. We get sound. Looks like we got a little music theory going on in the chat here. Okay, good. That could be for another day too. All right. So if we're going back to the mighty strum patterns, we're now looking at F. All right, we're now looking at letter F here, which is, if you notice, and this is why it's nice, everything's lined up, you can see that all we're doing is adding one extra strum right here on the and of 3. Okay, that's it. And that's going to be an upstroke indicated by the V. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's it. Grab your C chord. I think we can do this before I even put it on the screen. So down, down, up, down, up, down. That's it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now our next song here, did anybody get the next song, by the way? And it doesn't honestly matter, because you can actually take these strum patterns and you can take them in any song you want. So for example, if you have a book like the Daily Ukulele, right, you might need strum patterns. So you can take these strum patterns, you can apply them anywhere that you want. All right, this is taking a long time to download. Okay. But anyway, our next song is Can't Help Falling in Love, which was a song originally recorded by anybody. Originally recorded by the great and late, maybe not late, maybe he's still alive, but the late and great Elvis. Now this song also kind of got revitalized a few years back when 21 Pilots recorded a version of this, and they were playing it on ukulele. So we got a little of a nice resurgence of this song a few years back. All right, now the problem with this song, or not the problem, it just has a lot more chords in it. All right, so Let It Be was nice, fairly simple. And now we're going to kind of jump in and we got a lot more chords here. Now some measures have 2 chords, some measures have 1. All right, but let's just play it again. Let's just see where we're at with the backing tracks, and then we'll go reverse break it down. All right, so here we go. All right, so let me get this back up. Let me get my sound back up. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Chart is right, and it does have a first and second ending. We can talk about that. How did we do on that one? A lot of chords coming at you, new strum pattern, a little bit of a faster tempo as well on this. Now the idea too is that as we get through each song, you should be feeling a little bit more confident with your strumming. Because some of you may have seen these songs before, some of you may not. So let's just grab it. We got C, so 88. So yeah, we're almost 20 clicks faster for this one. Now you have to have a good. And I kept the chords easy. I kept the easier E minor chord, not the 4-finger one. But that's our first measure. Let's do that together. 3, and we got down, down, up. And then right to a whole measure, A minor. And F, C. G7 for the. We just finished that first line here, and then F, G7, C, C. And then notice we have what's called a first ending. So the first time you play this measure with the C with the strumming, and then you notice the repeat, and then you go back to the beginning. And of course, as we learned from the last chart, you don't need to have this here. I like to put it there. You don't need it there, but it's good to have. Repeat, do it again, and then the second time, we're going to skip this, boom, and then just play that one C chord. So we're just going to play through the whole thing twice. Okay? Play this one the first time, and this the second time. Again, all the things we talked about: loose wrist, loose finger, counting, and that's the one thing we haven't talked about. You're counting. And I want to make sure you can't see my foot, but I am counting. My foot is tapping to the beat. And so you want to tap your foot. you want to move your body, you want to rock around a little bit, that's okay. Whatever you need to do. But you want to feel this, you want to feel this rhythm. And I know how hard this is because I'm teaching my son guitar. And when we're going between chord to chord, that's always where the pause is. Right? As he's learning, trying to go from one chord to the next, that's always where the little pause is. We got to break through that pause. We got to either get these chords memorized, keep practicing the switches, find some common tones. I'll talk about that here in a second. But that's going to be a challenge for a lot of us, especially if we're kind of getting started with ukulele or strumming, or these are some new chords for us. All right, boy, this is taking forever. I'm trying to download these things. It's still downloading, taking forever. Okay. I have some videos I want to show you here. All right, so let's try this. Nice and slow. I think the only new chords here are the E minor and the D minor, and then the G7. And the G7 is actually an easier chord than the G, especially when you're coming from the F. And it has, because it has that common finger right there. That first finger is common to both those chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C, E minor, and A minor, F, and C. Next line, F, now the C for the first ending. All right, now notice when you go from chord to chord, and this is a philosophy you can take even if it's a song you feel like, I got this song, it's not that hard, into a harder song, but notice what my hands. So this hand is not stopping at all, right? It's just, even when I'm switching chords. And then notice with this hand, whether, again, if this is an easy chord for you or not, notice how I just jump to the chord. Notice how smooth my chord changes. So be real smooth with your changes. That might take some time to get these down, but you want to move all your fingers at once. Try to get all the fingers down at one time, as opposed to sometimes we have to get them down one at a time. It's kind of where my son is at with his guitar playing, right? He's got to do this. First finger and then get the second finger. And that's okay when you're beginning, but it just takes a lot of time to get these down. All right. A little harder of a song, and again, some of these you're going to need some additional practice outside what we do here, but I do want to kind of keep sticking and moving here. But let's try it again with the backing track. This time it will go through 2 full times on this one. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. great progression. Now notice most of these songs, they're not really songs until you add the lyrics and the melody and stuff like that. These are simply just chord progressions. Okay? But you can. We don't want to. We're not here to sing today. Although you sing away, probably good. Cause I don't know how well I can sing today. But once you understand these rhythms, once you understand these chords, then you can add your singing, whatever you want to do. Now, can you play this memorized? Can you play this memorized? Let's try it. I'll try it with you. I'm not looking at the music either. I'll give you the first 3 chords. C, E minor, A minor. All right? And then try to use your ear. We'll just do it one time through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. That's the first line, and. All right. 5 for me. How did you do? Let me know 1 through 5 on how you did on that one right there. Memorized. Memorized. Now, of course, if I just saw something about finger picking. Of course, you can take these songs and. Yeah, you can finger pick these as well. All right, so some of you, good, and I like this. 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2. Okay, this is okay. Because you want to take these songs aren't going anywhere. They're classic songs. And they're going to be here for a while. I cannot believe this thing is still downloading. It's only 1 gigabyte. It's been downloading for freaking forever. I'm not sure. Our internet's not that slow, but it's. Let me see if I can just get even the PDF is taking a long time. I want to play you guys some videos here. Maybe I still have this here. Let me check. I know I had this earlier. I think it was in our iTunes. All right, now this is okay. If I can't find it now, I'll have it. It will. There it is. Okay.
Ukulele is fun.
Okay. So real quick, before we go to the next song, song number 3. Part of the stuff that I've been talking about, I'm real happy about this new video that is up on the homepage now. But part of this, like why we're here and why we have, I talked about my platinum members and the VIPs and stuff, is because of the great things that you guys are doing together as a community, as people. And so I was mentioning that challenge that we're going to be doing on a song called Sweet Home Chicago. But this is a compilation video that we've put a lot of various footage of events that we've had, workshops that we've had, different challenges that we've had, and we put them together here in this video. So when you go through this, I'm going to play it for you. Tell me how many people you recognize. How many people in this video can you name? Okay? Maybe you're in this video. I'm not sure. There's some of you are in this video. All right, so I'm going to play it for you. You tell me how many of these people you recognize, and this is just some of the stuff that we've done here at Uke Like The Pros. So check this out. my volume.
Ukulele.
There we go. Let's try again.
Ukulele is fun. Ukulele is community. Ukulele is joy. Ukulele is uplifting. Ukulele is happiness. Ukulele is freedom. Ukulele is friendship. Ukulele is creation. Ukulele is Uke Like The Pros.
All right. Now, I know some of you, I've shown that to you before. If you've been to our homepage, ukelikeThePros.com, you might have seen that. But that was just a bunch of clips. How many people did you recognize in there that you could call by name? Either let's name some of them. Okay, we had, and some of them do a lot of stuff for us here on the channel. So you might have saw Larry. Larry was in there. Larry's going to run our Hawaiian Q&A. That's happening later today. Anthony Stanley, Daniel Ho. Daniel Ho, he's a huge friend of the channel. He's done a lot of different workshops and presentations, classes for us, which is amazing for a 6-time Grammy-winning artist. Viggy was in there. Aldrin Guerrero was in there. Katie Denora was in there as well. I think some of the Chris Fujigami, Fang Yi was here. If you remember when Fang Yi was here, doing stuff. Trish, Aldrin Guerrero, Kimo Hussey. That was when Fang was literally right here where I'm sitting right now. Fang just came over a few months ago and did a great workshop for us and played a whole bunch for us. Absolutely incredible. Ricky Somborn. Yeah, there's a lot of Bernadette, Jonah Davis, Andrew Molina. Of course, that was from our Yukon festival that we did. Well, everybody up there playing. All right, Victoria Vox, Will, one of our beginning Q&A guys. So anyway, a lot of people here. All right, very cool. I'll share you some more videos. Oh, Danny Ucero, yeah, our great friend Danny Ucero, all the way over from Spain. Yeah. All right, let me play you the third song. And I kind of simplified this one a little bit. But it actually I didn't simplify it. Just I made the rhythm a little bit easier to read than a 16th note rhythm. But let me play this for you. And you're gonna recognize things we've already talked about. Check this out. Now, this is not the entire song, but what rhythm was that? What was that rhythm that I just played? Oh, Lane says, we can't forget Terry Carter. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. I like to call it the granddaddy strum. Many of us in the ukulele world know it as an island strum. And either one is fine. But it's that if we were looking at that handout, that mighty strum pattern handout, it was the last one on here, and probably the most important. Actually, I don't even know where it is. Where is it? There it is. This is G, right? So it's taking that same rhythm we just did, and then adding this. This is a slur, a tie. It's actually a tie. And the reason why it's in parentheses down here is because you don't play that beat, which is beat 3. And that's how you get this nice kind of And by the way, I know we talked about 5 songs. We are going to do 7, so I know we're kind of we'll keep moving here. But a couple bonus songs for you, which I think you'll really like, because the rhythms are going to get a lot more challenging, and even some of the chords will be a little bit more challenging. So stick around for those. Now, the song here. Oh yeah, Abby Lyons was in that video. That's right. Now this is the main chorus part of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." And I want you to look at the chords. What do you notice about the chords? And again, this is not the whole song. This is like the chorus part of the song. But we got our island strum, or a granddaddy strum right here. And again, that tie means we don't play anything. That's why there's no strum pattern here over this beat. But look at the chords. What is the chord progression? What is it? 1, 5, minor 6, and 4. So here's yet another song, 2 out of the 3, Let It Be, and this that have the same exact chord progression. Now it's slightly different. What's different about it is that where the chords are placed. Right? Let It Be is a little, right, that G chord comes in right away here, right? So the rhythm's different, or the rhythm of where the chords come in, but it's the same exact progression. Nothing's changed. Okay, now we're doing the island strum. Now this is one of the hardest strums to do. Right? A lot of you might have played this for a while, and it might be no problem for you. But it's actually a difficult strum pattern. I remember when I used to teach, these classes every summer to these inner city kids up in LA, when I was up in LA. And it was really cool. They got to take this guitar class with me. And I used to have to tune like 40 guitars. Took forever. But as I'm playing, these kids were actually amazing. But teaching them this particular strum was really a challenge to them. And then once they got it, of course, no problem. But this is a vital pattern that we get down. So down, down, up, and then you're kind of basically like hold. Even though this would be a downstroke normally without the tie, so if you want to kind of do like a fake ghost strum, you can do that down without touching the strings. And then you're followed by an up, down, and up. Okay? So down, down, up, and I like to say hold, up, down, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Important. Let me show you. 4 and down, down, up, hold. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 3, and 4. All right. Get this down. Okay, again, real loose wrists. 2 and 3 and 4. And you notice because I have those 2 upstrokes, down, down, up, down, up. I gotta get my hand back down to do that. Okay, but get this down. Really, really important. Great strum pattern. And the reason why we call it the island strum or the granddaddy strum, I call it the granddaddy strum, is because it can be used in so many different songs. All right, but the chords should be pretty simple. Notice each one, our tempo, our tempo is increasing a little bit here as well. All right, so let's try it with the backing tracks and see how we do. And again, all the platinum members, VIPs, you'll get all this stuff. If you don't have it already, you'll have access to all this stuff, including the backing tracks. All right, so here we go. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, and. A challenging backing track to play with, what I like. All right, how did you do on that? 1 through 5 on that. We'll break it down a little bit. All right, it looks like my downloads are finally downloaded here. All right, we got 12 messages here. 5. All right. Leslie, nice. This is the is version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. He did it in the key of C as well, actually. Yeah, it is. All right, good. Look at you crushing it. Crushing it. 4s, 5s. 5. Okay, good. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it then, but as you can see, when you have chords that stay for a couple measures, you got to really be solid with that strum pattern. Okay. So let's just try it once without the backing track, and then we'll do it again with the backing track. A little slower. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. 2 measures of the C and the G chord to the A minor and to the F. All right. And then, of course, you can repeat it. When you're practicing at home, you can repeat as many times as you want. Now, if you don't have the backing tracks, excuse me, just get a metronome. Whether you got a metronome app or the actual metronome device, for either one, and just set it up. And if this is too fast for you, if 110 is too fast for you, then slow it down a little bit. Slow it down to, 100, 90, 80. It doesn't really matter. Just slow it down to wherever you can do it. Matter of fact, the slower sometimes the better, because it really focuses you to practice and concentrate. 4. Now, the other thing that I would do if you want to challenge yourself, the other thing I would do when I was down in the dungeon woodshedding was that everything I played, I would change the tempo. So that way I didn't get used to a tempo. So I would do something maybe slow, I'd speed it up 20 clicks, 30 clicks, 5 clicks, 10 clicks, it doesn't even matter what it is. So as you're practicing these, now these songs are naturally, each one's different, but as you're practicing and you're using a metronome, put it at different tempos. Don't just lock into the same tempo over and over again, because then you get too used to it. All right, and then you're not you're not challenging yourself enough. Okay, yeah, and we like seeing a lot of new people. Thank you. All right, let's do it again one last time with the backing track, and then we'll move on to song number 4. All right, so here we go. One more time with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. That backing track is kind of, it doesn't have like, he kind of did like a 2-beat feel there. So it doesn't have the drums just going click, 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 click. So you got to really make sure that when you hear those count-ins, you're tapping your foot, you're kind of getting, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You still hear the drum doing this, right? That's your tempo right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Because playing with a backing track or playing with others, it's actually a skill. A lot of the platinum members here will tell you that we give backing tracks and everything, all the courses we have and all the challenges and stuff. And some people can do it, and other people really struggle with it. So it's not as easy as as you think. It does take some practice. All right, now this is a song. Everyone's gonna know this one. Everyone's gonna know this song. I want you to pay attention to the rhythm here. This is really the rhythm here. And we're actually in a different key. We're not in the key of C anymore. But check this out. What does this rhythm have? What does this rhythm have that's different than the last one? And what does this one have that's different than the last one? Okay. All right, did you get it? What is this different here? The dreaded muted strum, or also known as a chuck, in this. Now this is, I've seen some of our members struggle for a long time get this down. Long time. So this is Stand By Me, one of the classic songs of all time, and it seems to be a song that's popular on the ukulele. And you notice that it's just the island strum. It's just the island strum, except that we have a X right there. And that X, for what we're doing, is considered a mute. A muted strum, I should say. Not a mute. Mute meaning silence, but a muted strum. Or chuck, and that gives you that chuck sound. Now sometimes I'll do it where actually I will put it on beat 4 as well. But this one I wanted to keep it simple because I want to get each one, I want these to progress to get a little harder. Now, this is not the let it be progression, but let it get the chords. We're in the key of G, so you have the 1 chord, you have the minor 6 chord, you have the 4 chord, and you have the 5 chord. Now it's in a little bit of a different order than Let It Be or Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but it's still the same 4 chords. So now you have 3 of the top songs ever written in the world, all using the same exact chords. Some of them using the exact same progression even. All right, so you see this stuff over and over again. But we're in a key of G instead of C. Let's play it with the backing track first, and then we'll break it down. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... Woo! All right. So let's do this strum together, just on a G chord. The way we're gonna do it is gonna be the island strum. So again, if you can't play the island strum, we got to make sure you go back and can play the island strum. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna do a chuck. And all I'm doing here is placing this part of my hand, and I'm actually touching the strings as I strum. Now notice, I don't even have to have a chord. I can get this without even any chord on there. Again, if it's slow, it's almost like chop, strum. And it's a little awkward at first compared to strumming. Because it kind of puts your hand in a little bit of a different position to get that muted strum. But that's the sound you want. Again, touch the strings and then strum. So you don't want to have any, it's not that. It's this. This hand's got to touch before the strings. And we're doing it on beat 2. So we're going to go down, mute, up, down, down, mute, up, down. And it's right on beat 2. So 1, mute, up, down, up, 1, mute, up, down, up. And that's it. All right, so let's try it. Okay, Leslie says, I do not know how to do chuck. Okay. Okay, some of you say it's better to do with your wrist as opposed to the side of your hand. Yeah. I think that's fine. I like my hand because when I do like a faster rhythm like that, it's real easy. Depending on what I need to do. But we're not doing that. We're not doing anything crazy like that right now. All right, so let's try it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's down, mute, up, down, G again. To the E minor. Down, chuck, up. C chord, D chord, and G chord. One more time. G, E minor, and C, and E, and G. And then the last chord, G. Practice is slow. And you can even just do this. I mean, you can just do chuck each time. And again, you don't even need the chord. It does sound a little different with the chord. But get that, so you can do it consistently. And then, throw something like that. Strum, chuck. So there you go. Just takes a little practice. Takes a little bit of practice. So let's try it one more time with the backing tracks. We got to move on to song 5, and then I want to get a few things to talk to you about, and then we have the bonus songs at the end. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... All right. How are we with that? How are we with that? I want to try to find, let's see here. Okay. All right, I want to show you this video. I like this one a lot. Let me send this over. Then we'll do song 5. All right. Now, a lot of you have not seen this video. This is a newish video. All right. Okay, good. All right, check this out. So I've been mentioning, our community, our platinum membership. We'll talk more about that in a second. We've also done a lot of various giveaways and challenges and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of you here have probably won something. whether it's a ukulele for a challenge or a Christmas extravaganza or a 12-week giveaway or whatever, your free uke with your membership. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But this video is one that I really like. Again, it's kind of a compilation. Actually, you can see right off from the start, we got Aldrin Guerrero. We got Kanalea. Wait, check this out.
Once again, thank you so much for this great gift. I can't wait to play it and really have a great time.
I have truly enjoyed my Uke Like The Pros experience. That my husband even says that my ukulele skills have improved since I've been taking the Zoom lessons.
Uke Like The Pros, it's become a community for me. Every Friday I join it and have fun, and that's how I start my day.
I was so happy now just recently with the hashtag The Pro Challenge. There was another amazing course that each day we learned a different song. And I really enjoyed because we went like from kind of rock classic from the 60s to, to Elvis, to pop songs from the radio, current songs. And there were songs that I thought that I would never play in my life.
I've been a real fan of this channel for a long time on YouTube, and I've actually taken a couple lessons on his channel. So I've been real pleased with the results of my playing. And
Terry, you and your team have been the best thing for me. Your teaching, you felt like a friend. You felt like you were with me every step of the way. And these song sheets, wow, they were amazing. I learned about 7.
I went to a live lesson every day and sometimes more than one. There were Zoom lessons, and he provided beautiful charts to learn from that had the rhythm, it had the chords, it had little lines of music, and I learned things that I had never learned before. I got out of that first position of just C and G and learned bar chords that I can move and use for other songs. I learned rhythms that I could use for other songs. And he has a lot of patience, and it's a nice community of learners. And if you ever wanted to learn ukulele but were afraid to try, make this your first step, because I don't think it is.
Many of those, you probably recognize a lot of those people in there as well. Some of them are you are you guys. Anyway, all right. Okay, sounds good, Frank. Okay, Laura. Okay, good, awesome, sounds good. Have a great time. All right, number 5. All right, check this out. Oh yeah, this one's a good one. This one's definitely we're breaking out of the strumming now. So the next 3 are gonna be good, really good. Okay. Check this one out. This one's going to be a little bit of a harder rhythm. And it's funny because you know the song, and by now it's going to be like a broken record. But the chord progression, it's on yours, but check it out. What is it? We're in the key of G, but we have what? The 1, the 5, the minor 6, and the 4 chord. Yet again. I'm not making this stuff up. These are the songs that we love as musicians and ukulele players, and they all have the same progression. They all have the same progression. Now, of course, the progression doesn't make a song. Of course, a lot has to do with the lyrics and the melody and various things. But another example of that same progression we see over and over again. So when I say it's in a lot of songs, it's in a lot of songs. All right, now the strum pattern is a little hard. And it's real easy to flip this strum pattern. Matter of fact, I flipped it there. Because we're going to start off with 2 mutes. Now this is a little bit of a different mute. All right? Because when we're doing the chuck, we can do it going down. But we can't do the chuck going up. It's a little weird. It's like it would require us to kind of plant our hand and do it kind of strange. And I guess it's possible, but I don't do it. That's where the left hand mutes are going to want to come in. Okay? So when I'm doing a left hand mute, I'll still try to maybe do a chuck on the downstroke, but what I want to do is I simply want to take the pressure off the chord. So G chord, just simply take the pressure off. Okay. My hand's still in this shape. It still looks like I'm playing it, but I'm not pressing down. And this way you can get that same chuck sound, but I don't have to do this at all. Makes it a little bit easier to do this kind of rhythm that's used in this song. So all we're going to do is going to do 2 mutes, down, up with the mute, and then 2 strums regular. Mute, regular, mute, regular, mute, regular. And again, it's coming from here, not here. All right, so mute, pressure off, pressure down. Off, down, off, down, off, down. That's a little hard to do. Okay, so chucking, right hand mute versus the left hand mute. And that's going to be the rhythm we're going to have to do for the whole song. So it's going to go down, so mute, mute, regular, regular, mute, mute, regular, regular. And you can see the mutes are happening on beat 1 and a 1 and 3 and a 3. Do this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3. Just on a G. Alright, now that's hard. Woo! That's hard. 1 and 2. E minor. Now this one might be easier to do the full. I find these kind of mutes are easier when you have all 4 strings. And then the C. Oh no, sorry, we go to the D chord, right? Sorry. G to the D chord. That chord could be a lot easier, I think. The C chord, the bar chord might be a little easier to play. What do I have it on? I just have the regular C. I'll show you how to do that. But let's try this next. So this is going to be a doozy. This one's gonna take a little more time than probably we'll have here, but you can practice this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So mute, strum, mute, strum, mute, strum, mute to the D chord and mute, strum, mute, strum, mute, strum to the E minor chord, mute. To the D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then it has a kind of a funky chord there, the A chord at the end. Now, for the C chord, if we're gonna do the open C chord, what I have to do, because I can't mute these strings like this, so I'm actually gonna have to cover the strings with my hand. So if I get to the C chord, it might be. That's how I do open position chords. Now for me, I think the C chord bar is easier. Because that way you can just release the pressure and still get that sound, but that's of course a harder chorus. But it's still possible like this. So just mute it. I use my other fingers here and then take them off. And that's how I do it. Alright, so let's try this. Woo! It's a hard one. But it's fun. It's a fun one. Especially to do it fast. But let's do it nice and slow. Do we need it on the screen? I guess so. We'll put it on the screen just to have it. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. G chord. Mute, strum, mute, strum. To the D. E minor. To the C. 3, 4. To the G. Yeah. And D. 3, 4, 1. E minor. And C. Alright, now it says 4 times. We'll do it with the backing track in a second, but then it just would be on a... kind of throws that A chord in as a curveball there. Alright, how are we on this? I would imagine this is a little more challenging for us. Let's do it with the backing track. You have all these backing tracks you'll have the practice on. Now this one I did a couple of different backing tracks. I actually did a backing track where you count 8 notes up at the top. And that way you can get into that rhythm again. And it's a little bit easier. So these will be 2 measures of 8th notes. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Here we go. 3 and 4. see the scores on this one. Yeah, so it's not really up down chucking as opposed to just muting on this one. The chucking I always assume would be more of when you're doing this hand. All right, let me play it for you so you can see it. Let me play it for you. I want you to see this. Now, I want you to realize how still smooth you have to be for this. Even though it's a little faster, even though it's a lot more complicated, you still want to be nice and relaxed and not jerky with this. Just real smooth and get those mutes in. All right, that's a hard one. That one's going to take a little practice. That takes me a lot of practice. I have to really concentrate on that one because I always want to flip it and I always want to put the mutes on beats 2 and 4. So I got to really focus in order to get those mutes on beats 1 and 3. So it takes a lot of practice on that one. All right, we got 2 more songs. We got 2 more songs. I want to take a second here just to talk about the Platinum membership, and then we'll hit the 2. I guess they're bonus songs, but I wanted to kind of include a few other things. Just because I think these other 2 songs are also very popular songs. Although we could stop there. I mean, that right there, I think that one right there is enough to stop. But I want to talk just a second about the Platinum membership, and then we'll jump into the last 2 songs. Again, most of the people here on the Zoom are either Platinum members or some of you signed up for the VIP for this particular workshop, and I want to thank you for that. And don't forget, Platinum members, you got a busy day today because you got a Hawaiian Q&A later, you got a beginning Q&A tomorrow, you got the Friday Q&A on Friday as well. So let me do one thing here. I take that out of the way. Okay, good. Okay, so welcome. Yeah, this is our workshop. I'm not talking about my journey, but I do want to talk about just simply about the Platinum membership. It's kind of it's our highest tier membership. And I just want to kind of go show you a little bit about what it looks like. You've seen some of the community stuff. You've seen some of the charts. You've heard some of the backing tracks. All that stuff is included with all the stuff. But also we try to break it down to where you have some beginner. If you're a beginner, we have beginner courses. If you're intermediate, we have intermediate stuff. If you're advanced, we have some more advanced stuff for you. We have some stuff that we just call fun, some kind of our Christmas songs course, our kids course, our songs course. We do have baritone content as well, and we do have some guitar ukulele courses and some Q&As as well. Now, of course, with our platform, you can take it anywhere you want, whether you're on your computer, iPad, iPhone, tablet, whatever, phone, Android, doesn't matter. You can take all the lessons, you can access them anywhere that you want. Excuse me. again. All right, so our main focus is ukulele. We do have a lot of ukulele and baritone ukulele. I think are some of the things, but basically, I mean, I think we got over 21 courses. Actually, I think it's about over 30 courses just on the ukulele itself, including a master ukulele one. Some of you got these courses too if you signed up for the VIP. Our core melody courses, Hawaiian courses, jazz courses, fingerstyle, soloing, our music reading course. I talked a little bit about that earlier, just how important that is. Our Christmas songs. Most of our courses sell for about, like I said, $97. But we got those. Plus we have 21 more courses available. Now some people choose just to buy the courses individually. I guess the benefit of that is you get lifetime access to them when you buy them individually. But I think a lot of people have also spent a lot of money on buying the courses individually and then coming and joining all the workshops and the Q&As and stuff that we offer. So we got our courses, we got all our workshops, including this one. This would be one that we have, but we have a bunch of workshops: core melody workshops, classical ukulele, jazz, Hawaiian. This is a compression workshop on recording, another recording, all kinds of workshops that we do. A lot of these run anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But we got all these different workshops that are included as well with the Platinum membership. And then really, I think the best thing is all the live stuff that we do. That way you get kind of away from the pre-recorded stuff and you get all the live stuff, which includes our ukulele Q&A. You've seen some of the videos of stuff before. I've showed you earlier. I have another one I'll show you here in a second. But we've been doing this now for a long time. There's my doorbell and my dog. Hey. Anyway, our live Q&A, those are the ones I do every Friday. Sorry about the dog. Quiet.
What?
Well,
He's doing that.
my mom's here. Anyway, we do I think we do 52. I think we do them every week. I don't think we really miss anything. Sometimes we miss one or two, but 50 a week. I mean, the value we place on these is just basically kind of what I would consider my time to join and do everything with us. So, but it adds up. That's the crazy thing. It adds up over time. We've been doing it for 8 years. They're all recorded. 8 times 50. That's a lot. That's a lot. All stuff you can go back. Every one of them has different handouts and different things that you can grab. So, I mean, it's just crazy how much it adds up if you just think about it. I mean, you're basically getting my entire school education put together into this stuff. So all our live stuff. We have our baritone stuff as well. I won't take too long to go through this, but we have any of my baritone players out there. Who's a baritone player out there? I know some of you, a lot of you are. Let me know. All our baritone courses are included in the Platinum membership as well. If we break it down again, if you wanted to spend all this stuff individually, you can see it starts to add up quite a bit. And we do have some baritone workshops as well that we've done. We've also done some of our live Q&As. That's very important for our baritone. We do this every other week, twice a month on the baritone Q&A. Come on. We've been running these since 2019. We used to do them once a week when I had more time, but we still do them out twice a month now. Again, I mean, putting them at value at $50 for my time is pretty good. But it's really about the community more than anything. Just the great people that come here and do it. These are all included as well. We have over 157 of them already recorded. It's a lot. 157 already recorded that you can go back and listen to, watch, get the downloads, whatever you want. Okay, so, and then we do have some guitar lele stuff. So those, we don't do as much guitar lele stuff as we used to, but we have a couple courses for those that like guitar lele. We did do a Q&A that we did for a while, a long time. We used to do it every week, then we did it every other week, then we did it once a month. But we have a bunch of pre-recorded of the guitar Q&As, guitar Lele Q&As that you want as well. So, but anyway, a couple of the other benefits, and I want to show you a video here in a second, but just some of the community stuff that we have, the members only forum, the community, a great community of people that we have here, the challenges. We just finished a challenge. We just started another challenge, which is our Sweet Home Chicago challenge. The various giveaways, you saw a video on that, all the various things that we've given away, but going the wrong way, sorry. Anyway, just all the value for that. So anyway, let me show you, let me send a video over. I want to send one more video over of our Yukon. I'll share it. All right. All right, let me accept this. Let me bring this in. All right, and again, I know some of my platinum members are here, and you already a platinum member, but thanks for listening to this as we go through it. Let me show you one more video here. This is a from our Yukon. Hold on, it's still sending here. Oh. All right, as soon as that's there, I'll come back and do it. But anyway, just thinking cost-wise, I know that cost is, we're all very sensitive to cost right now with, the inflation, how it is, and how things have costed. We're just coming off the holidays, so I know we're all very sensitive to the cost of everything and making sure that the value we get for everything. But we just try to do as much as we possibly can for you. And if you break it down, I know the numbers seem crazy. They seem crazy to me, but that's how much content we have at Uke Like The Pros, and that's how much content that you have access to when you sign up for the Platinum membership. And this stuff is most of this stuff, unless you buy it individually, is only available with the Platinum membership. So it's absolutely, it's a crazy number, but that's how much various things that we put into the Uke Like The Pros over the time. Of course, I'd never ask anybody to pay for that unless I was a school or something, because we never make anybody pay that or even ask that. It's crazy. But we get it all for $359 a year is what our Platinum membership is, which I still think is a very good deal. Considering this workshop today, Hawaiian Q&A later, another Q&A tomorrow, another Q&A Friday. So a lot of stuff that we get. I know I pay not this much, but I do pay a lot for various monthly things that I'm a part of, different groups and stuff. But anyway, there's a QR code, ukelikeThePros.com/platinum. But I do have a couple special offers just for you today as well. I know it seems we're not done. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's true. It's true. Okay, so not only for that, but this week I want to throw in a free ukulele. This is our JT model, our college JT. Cool uke, soprano, long neck, and then if you want to upgrade to a concert or a tenor, you can have that ability as well. But this one is free for you. We're actually sending another gift card, $25 gift card to Terry Carter Music Store included. And we added a couple new things here. The books, we have the books here as well. 4 of our books that you'll get for free as well. That we'll send to you. All those books sell on Amazon for about $16.95 each. And then what we're doing special today, we haven't done this before, but we're actually going to throw in a workshop that we did. This was actually funny. I forgot about this workshop, but we're going to throw this workshop in if you sign up for the yearly Platinum membership. And this was a performance mastery course. I don't know if any of you all remember this. This was $300 when we did it. We brought special guests on like Daniel Ho, Katie Denore. I I was on there, Andrew Molina was on there, Pepper Romero Jr., and it was all about performance, how to perform, how to get ready for performing, and then people performed at the end of it as well. And we're actually going to throw that work. That's a 6-week workshop. That was kind of cool. We had a lot of people sign up for that. That was very cool. So we're going to do that as well. So kind of a bonus. You'll get lifetime access to that course as well. So anyway, I actually wanted, just because we wanted to make the bonuses worth actually more than the platinum membership. So you get your course, you get the free uke, the gift card, the books, and the course, all included for the $359. That is a yearly cost. That is a recurring membership for it. Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that. So there's our platinum membership, $359 for the year. We'll run this till Friday. Give you a couple of days. Hopefully you jump on it now, and then you'll get emails how to access your free uke, your books, your gift card, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so ukelikethepros.com/platinum yearly. There's a QR code for you, and yeah, I appreciate you being here, and all my platinum members already. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's our platinum membership. So if you're not a platinum member, sign up for it. It's going to be the best money you spend on yourself and your playing. Can be part of a great community where we dedicate tons and tons of time each week to helping our members become great. Let me play a video for you here real quick. So this is the video from our Yukon Festival that we put together. It's a great video. This was a festival we had a few years ago. Let me share you with this. Most of you have not seen this video either. All right, check this out. cool. All right. That was awesome. I get to see a lot of those people at NAMM this week. So, all right. That was our Yukon festival that we did a couple years ago. All right. Now, song number 7. We're gonna, again, these were bonus items. I know we're kind of going a little long, but a couple bonus items here. This one's not too bad. The rhythm's a little challenging, not too bad though. And the nice thing about it, it's literally only 3 chords the whole time, and it's just this. And that's it. Now the rhythm is a little more challenging. This is, of course, Riptide. It's actually not that hard of a rhythm. It just looks complicated. Right, so it looks hard. But it's just 3 chords. This one does not follow our well, actually it kind of does. We're in a key of C, and this doesn't follow our 1, 5, 6, 4, but you do have the 1 chord, you do have the 6 chord, and you do have the 5 chord. So you do have those 3 of those chords. You do not have the 4 chord in this one. I think it does happen. The 4 chord does come in at some point in the song, but still, you see how powerful these chords are. All right, grab your A minor, and it's a 8th notes followed by 16th notes, and the counting is all underneath here. So 1 E and 2 E and that's just on the A minor. So it's down, down, tie, up, down, up. And there's that tie again, so that's why we're not strumming on beat 2 here. Okay, so 1 and 2 E and again, and 1 E and 2 E and then we go to the G chord, 3 E and 4 E and then we do the whole rhythm on the C chord. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. All right, so let's try it. 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E 3 E 4 1 E and 2 again on the C. A minor, 1 E, 2, and G, and C, 1 E, 2, and this is Riptide. I don't know if the chords are Riptide. All right, now that's it. Now let's just try it with the backing track. Let's see what happens here. A minor, G. All right, woo! Now it's actually not that hard because it's the same pattern over and over again. So you just got to get used to it. And it's nice that it has the kind of the slower. you should be able to do this. What was that? What did I put that tempo at? 100. So if I do it a little slower. You should be able to do it at slower tempos, faster tempos, doesn't really matter. But just want to practice 1 and 2. And it's actually easiest. This is a good point on this one. I would count 16th notes the whole time. Okay, so even though you're not playing 16th notes the whole time, you would still want to count these because it helps rhythmically play these 8th notes when you do it. So it'd be like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Okay, so it's going to help with that counting. So when you have your metronome up, 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E, 3 and a 4. I still want to break, and I don't want to start until I can subdivide the 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and that's too fast. Slow it down. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. I'll put it on the screen. Yeah. This is 65, so a lot slower than we did it. Let's break it down. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Here we go. And 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4. Backing track here is going to be a lot faster. Let's do it. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E. One more. Now, I wanted to. I don't think challenge is the right word because I think these are pretty challenging as it is. But I did want to challenge you. I wanted to get out of the normal like open position chords and kind of get something a little more challenging. Okay, so check this out. Check this out. I could have changed the key on this one. All right, I could have changed the key on this one. But check this out. This is, of course, the Hey Soul Sister. Now we're in a key of E, and I usually don't put key signatures when I'm doing just chords like this. So, but it is in the key of E. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. 1 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, and the 4 chord. What is that? It's the same darn progression we've done on all the songs. Same thing. Even from the very beginning, let it be. Now, if this was in the key of G, it would be what? G, D, E minor, and C. If it was in the key of C, it would be C, G, A minor, and F. Okay? So you could play this song in any key. If I would have done it in one of these keys, it would have looked exactly like the other songs, except the rhythm is different. Okay? So if I play in the key of C, no, it sounds just like Over the Rainbow, right? Exactly. If I play in the key of G, right, with a different rhythm, it sounds just like I'm Yours. Okay. So the key of E is kind of cool because it's a different key. A lot harder chords though for it. So we got the E chord. That might be a doozy for you. The B chord, that's on the 2nd fret. The C sharp minor chord. And then to our regular A chord. Now the rhythm here is actually not that bad of a rhythm. It looks complicated. Oh, I didn't put the counting under here. Okay. Don't know why. We can add it. But anyway, you're actually going to be strumming almost all down up except for right here, where you can actually physically see the pause in the music. So the rhythm on the E chord is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... That's that measure. Or it's going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And again, just that one little pause here and here. Let's do that together. 3 E and a 4 E, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a... That's the first one. Measure 2 with the B chord. You go to your B chord. Same thing. It's going to go and 1 E and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 E and a... Then it's going to slide up to the C sharp minor on the 4th fret. I'll give you some tips on bar chords here in a second. And 1 E and a 2, 3 and a 4 E and a... And then to the A chord. 1 E and a 2. Now for some tips on the bar chords, my suggestion is wherever you're barring, so on the B chord, since you're only barring these 2 strings, just try to keep that finger as parallel to the fret as possible. Try not to get too curved up. And then just make sure you're playing, except for on the bar you do have to play on this part of the finger, but the rest of the fingers just play on your tips. So that way I'm playing on my fingertips here, and then barring it there for the B. And then when I play the C sharp minor, again, try to get that finger parallel to the fret and try to get all those notes nice and clear. And there. Now for the E chord, the first chord, the way I like to do it is I like to bar the first 2 strings here at the 4th fret with my second finger, and then add my 3rd finger here to the 2nd string, and then add the 1st finger. If some of you want to do a different fingering, maybe include all your fingers, that's fine as well. I like to do it like this. All right. Hard key. Not a super hard song, especially if we did it in the key of C or the key of G, but definitely a hard key for us to kind of finish up on. All right, let's try it. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and to the B. C sharp minor. And A. Again, E chord, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 to the B. C sharp minor. To the A. Alright, and then you would do that, 4 times, okay? I can already feel, especially at a slow tempo, I can already feel my wrist getting a little sore if I try to press down too hard. So try to keep it light. Try to keep it light. You still want the notes to ring out, but you don't want to choke it too much. And another thing is, I didn't mention this, but a strap might help some of you as well. Because notice what the strap does, it puts the ukulele in a really nice position, which is really helpful, especially when you start doing bar chords and moving up and down the neck. So if you're used to just kind of holding it or stuff, that's fine. But if you're struggling, a strap might help, whether you have strap buttons here or tie it to the end of your headstock, but that might help as well. Okay, let's try it now. Let's try it with the backing track. Okay. All right, hopefully you're still with me here. I know that 5 songs would probably have been enough, but what the heck. All right, let me put it back on the screen. It seemed like a good idea to do 7, but I know it's a lot. But here we go. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and a... That's 1 E. Yes, how do we do on that one? I'm curious. Now that one is almost strumming the whole time. You're almost just doing down, up the whole time. Just real light. Notice how light I am. Now, question. Yeah, Bill asked if he can donate the uke to his. Yeah, you can donate. Bill's asking. He can donate to uke, and people have done that, Bill. You can donate your uke to Guitars in the Classroom. They just came by yesterday and grabbed. I did a video before they got, but I did a video yesterday of all the ukes that we donated this time, and it was two big piles next to me of ukes. So yeah, we can always donate those to a good cause here in San Diego. Heather asks, is there a beginner option course? I am challenged on Let It Be. Yeah, there is actually. So we have a boot camp course and we have a starter course. And those are like total, just got a ukulele, helping you hold it properly, play it properly, play the chords properly, real easy, real kind of basic strumming and stuff like that. So we have some total beginner stuff that talk about that stuff. So those two courses are great. The starter course and the boot camp course are perfect for you if you're a starter. Great question, Heather. Thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, a lot of ones, a couple fours. Okay, good. Anyway, yeah, thanks for that. Anyway, did I miss any songs? Well, are those the top 5 or the top 7 ukulele songs? I'm curious. What other songs would you consider the top ukulele song? Maybe one in here that you... Bill says baritone rules. Steve says baritone why I joined. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. Did I miss any songs? There are some other songs. That we were considering, but I think we can tell like all the top search songs in the on Google and stuff like that. But these are some of my favorite songs. All right, before we get out of here, we'll do a real quick recap. Thank you, Elaine. Anyway, hopefully, if you're here, whether you're just signed up for the free one and over on YouTube, or if you signed up to be a VIP, take the next step and becoming a platinum member. $359 for the year. That gives you access to everything. There's the QR code, and there's the link, ukelikeThePros.com/platinum yearly. We do have a monthly option as well. You don't get all the bonuses, so you don't get the free uke, you don't get the gift card, you don't get the books, you don't get the course. But if there is a monthly option as well, but ends up being a lot more expensive for you in the long run than the just signing up for the yearly and doing it all at once. Anyway, you get the bonuses. Again, you'll get emails once you sign up. You'll get an email about how to get your free uke. You'll get an email on the gift card. You'll get an email on the books, and then you'll get the performance mastery class will be included in your library as well. So anyway. $359 for that. I hope to see some new members there. Come join us. If you sign up now, you can join the Hawaiian Q&A in about an hour and a half. That's 1 p.m. Pacific time. There's a beginning Q&A tomorrow, which might be perfect for Heather. That goes over some beginning stuff. And then also our Friday Q&A. So you just this week alone, you have 3 hours of additional live stuff if you want to do, and if you don't like the live stuff as much, you just want to take the courses, you can take all the courses, your choice, 24 hours, 7 days a week on any device that you want. So anyway, take advantage of this. I look forward to seeing some more of you in the membership, hopefully I'll be back on Friday, so I don't do the beginning Q&A. I don't do the Hawaiian Q&A, but I will be back on Friday for that. So I will be in Anaheim the next time you see me. Yes, Irv says the Platinum membership gives you access to all the past Q&As. That's right. So you can go back and watch all those, and there's so many downloads, literally thousands and thousands of songs, finger picking, blues. Jazz stuff. I mean, there's so much stuff we went over on this thing. So it's absolutely. Okay, awesome. Leslie says she signed up for VIP and for Platinum. Also, thank you, Leslie. Appreciate that. Aloha, Ira. Have a great time in Maui. All right. So anyway, we went through our top 7 ukulele songs. Let It Be. I know them all. I don't know if I remember the order of them. So Let It Be. Can't Help Falling in Love, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Stand By Me, I'm Yours, Riptide, and Hey Soul Sister. So appreciate you all being here. Thank you for that. I know we always end up going quite a while, but I'm glad I was feeling good today to do it. Had a great time being here with you. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. I'm going to go over to the YouTube channel and I'll stop that stream here in a second. So anyway, thank you all, everyone that was over on the YouTube. Thank you, appreciate it. Keep on working over here, and we'll see you next time. All right, and our Q&A will end right here. So thank you all for being here.